In this lesson, we're going to be focusing on solving quadratic inequalities. So we have x squared minus 3x minus 11 is greater than 0. So the first we're going to take is to replace this inequality sign with equality sign. So this is x squared minus 3x minus 18 then equal to 0. Then we're going to solve these quadratic equations using factorization method. So remember, we have 1 here. So 1 times negative 18 is equal to negative 18. We are going to find two numbers such that when we multiply them we get negative 18, and when we add them we get negative 3. So those two numbers are negative 6 and 3. 3 plus negative 6 is negative 3. 3 multiplied by negative 6 is negative 18. So we're going to replace this negative 3x with 6x and then plus 3x. So we have x squared minus 6x plus 3x minus 18 is equal to 0. So let's factor out the common terms between this and this. So the common terms between x squared and negative 6 is x. X squared divided by x is x. Negative 6x divided by x is negative 6. Then the common term here is 3. So 3x divided by 3 is x. Negative 18 divided by 3 is negative 6. So this is equal to 0. So we have x minus 6, which is common to both of these terms, and then the remainder will be x plus 3. I'm going to write it as x plus 3 then equal to 0. So we have x minus 6 is equal to 0, or x plus 3 is equal to 0. If you add 6 to both sides here, we have that x is equal to 6. Then if you subtract 3 from both sides here, we have that x is equal to negative 3. So these answers that we have just gotten now is our critical value. So we are going to go to the number line. So this is our number line. This is negative infinity, and then this is positive infinity. And so we're going to identify these numbers on this number line. So let's assume that here is our 0 mark. So this is going to be 6, and then this is negative 3. Alright, so we have how many regions? So we have, so this is, let me just put this dot here. So we have this region, and then this region. We have 3 regions here. So we're going to test each of these regions to know the one that will give us a value that is greater than 0 by picking numbers in each of these regions. Alright, so let's start from this region. We're going to pick any number that's between negative infinity and negative 3. Let me rewrite this part of the equation, which is x minus 6 into x plus 3 equal to 0. So let's pick a number between negative infinity and negative 3. So let's pick negative 5. So let's come here, replace x value say with negative 5. So negative 5 plus negative 6 is going to give us a negative number. Then negative 5 plus 3 is going to give us a negative number. So negative times negative is positive. So we're going to write positive sign here. So let's pick a number that's between negative 3 and 6. So let's pick 0. So 0 minus 6 is a negative number. Then 0 plus 3 is going to give us a positive number. So negative times positive is equals to negative. We're going to write negative here. So let's pick a number that's between 6 to infinity. So let's pick 8. 8 minus 6 is going to give us a positive number. Then 8 plus 3 is going to give us a positive number. Positive times positive is equals to positive. So as you can see, we have 2 positive regions here and then 1 negative region. Now coming to the main equation, we have that x squared minus 3x minus 18 is greater than 0. So our answer here should be greater than 0. Take note of this sign, it should be greater than 0. So we know that a positive number is greater than 0. Also a positive number is greater than 0, but a negative number is not greater than 0. So the region that satisfies this inequality is this region and then this region. Alright, so we're going to represent these regions in interval notation. So for this region, we're going to write it as negative infinity, comma. Now this is greater than 0, which is a strict inequality. So we're not going to include this negative 3. Alright, so we have negative 3. then union. Also, we're not going to include 6, so this is 6 comma infinity. So this is the answer to this first question. Hope you understood it very well. So let's solve the second question. In case you don't understand this one very well, by the time we're done solving the second question, you understand it very well. Please support me by subscribing to my YouTube channel. That way it will help me to grow and also encourage me. So the second question is x squared minus x minus 12 is greater than or equal to 0. So as always, let's replace this inequality sign with equality sign. So I have x squared minus x minus 12 is equal to 0. So let's factorize. So we have 1 here. 1 times negative 12 is negative 12. So find two numbers so that when we multiply it, we get negative 12. When we add it, we get negative 1. Now I'm not going to be, solving it step by step as I did in the first one. I'm going to just, solve it in a short way. So we open two parentheses and then x here, x here. These two numbers are positive 3 and then negative 4, because 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. Then 3 minus 4 is negative 1. So I'll just write them this way. We have positive 3 and then negative 4. Then equate this to 0. So you have that x plus 3 is equal to 0, or x minus 4 is equal to 0. So x is equal to negative 3, then or x is equal to 4. So these two values are our critical values. So let's come to our number line. So this is our number line. We have negative infinity, we have positive infinity. So we have 0 here. Let's identify these numbers on this number line. We have negative 3. So this is negative 3, and then we have 4. So this is this 4. Note that we have 3 regions again here. This region, and then this region. We are going to pick numbers from each of this region and then test it and know the one that will give us a positive sign or a negative sign. So we have negative infinity to negative 3. So we're going to pick a value that falls under this range. So let's pick negative 7. So negative 7 plus 3 here is going to give us a negative answer. So we write negative here. Negative 7 minus 4 is also going to give us a negative answer. So we write negative here. Negative times negative is going to give us positive. So we're going to write positive here. So let's pick a number that's between negative 3 and 4. So let's pick 0. So 0 plus 3 is going to give us a positive answer. 0 minus 4 is going to give us a negative answer. Positive times negative is equals to negative. So this is a negative. Obviously, this place is going to give us positive because this is positive, negative, positive. So the signs are always alternating. So but then let's check it. So let's pick 5 here because 5 falls between 4 to infinity. So 5 plus 3 is a positive number. Then 5 minus 4 is also a positive number. So positive times positive is positive. So we're going to write positive here. So let's go through the question again. We are dealing with greater than or equal to 0. So it means that we are going to pick these plus ranges. So we're going to pick the ranges that this plus sign falls under. So and these ranges are negative infinity to negative 3 and then 4 to infinity. So in interval notation, our answer is going to be negative infinity to. Now because we are dealing with a weak inequality greater than or equal to, we are going to include this negative 3. So negative 3, I will close it with this bracket, then union 4 to infinity. I will also open it with this bracket because 4 is inclusive. I mean close it with this bracket because it is inclusive. So you have 4, then comma infinity. So this is the answer to this one. So let's solve our final question. Please, if you're still watching, please support me by subscribing to my YouTube channel, like my video and share with your friends. So the final question is x squared plus x minus 12 is less than or equal to 0. So as always, let's change this inequality sign to equality sign. We're going to have x squared plus x minus 12 is equal to 0. Now if you factorize this, we are going to have x. Now, two numbers that when you multiply them you get negative 12, because obviously you have 1 here. 1 times negative 12 is negative 12. If you multiply them you get negative 12. If you add them you get 1. So the two numbers are 4 and negative 3, because 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. 4 minus 3 is 1, or 4 plus minus 3 is 1. So we're going to have x plus 4, then open another bracket, x minus 3, then equal to 0. So we have x plus 4 is equal to 0, or x minus 3 is equal to 0. So let's subtract 4 from both sides here. We're going to have x is equal to negative 4. Then let's add 3 to both sides here. We have x is equal to 3. So this is our critical values, negative 4 and 3. So let's draw our number line. Then we have positive infinity here, and then to the left is negative infinity. Let's identify the critical values. We have 0 here, then 3 is going to appear here, and then negative 4 is going to appear here. We have negative 4 here. So we have 3 regions again, this region, and then this region. So we're going to test each of those regions to know the one that satisfies this inequality. So let's pick negative 5 here because it falls within negative infinity and negative 4. So negative 5 plus 4 is a negative number. Then negative 5 minus 3 is also a negative number. So negative times negative is positive. So we're going to write a positive sign here. So between negative 4 and 3, let's pick 0. So 0 plus 4 is a positive value. 0 minus 3 is a negative value. So positive times negative is negative. So we have a negative sign here. So let's pick a number between 3 and infinity. Let's pick 10. So we have 10 plus 4 is a positive value. Then 10 minus 3 is also a positive answer. So positive times positive is equals to positive. So now we have 2 positive regions and then 1 negative region. So but if you look at this question, you see that the sign we are solving is less than or equal to 0. So we're going to pick a negative region here, because if it's positive then it will be greater than or equals to 0, but this is less than or equals to 0. So we're going to be picking the negative region here. So in interval notation, we have now this is less than or equals to a weak inequality. So it means that this negative 4 and 3 are going to be included, and so it's going to be simply negative 4, 3. And so this is the answer for this one. Please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on the post notification bell so that each time I post a new video, you'll be the first to watch it. Thank you for watching.